I was born in Louisiana. My family, we're a Catholic family. I have two sisters. Desiree is 27, and my older sister, Shalonda, would have been 40. Never a dull moment with sisters. One moment you have fights, and next thing you know, you're just loving on the person and being a supportive system. And I know with both my sisters, they're very supportive and protective. But for Lucinda, she was my rock, my strong suit, and I just love her, and I just miss her, and I just think of what could have been, what should have been. She would always come to my rescue. I would always be able to talk to her about things that women go through, if you're struggling through just different things with school or just in life with relationships. I miss that camaraderie with what you have between a sister. When I was at work, she'd sometimes call me on my lunch break, or I would call her, that kind of thing, and we would just chit chat. Hey, how are you doing? How are you doing with school? Are you still singing? I want you to still sing. She just had this aura about her, such a beautiful light. I just wish you could have met her. How beautiful she was inside and out. I don't think there was anyone that she could ever meet that didn't say a nice thing about her. She was there for you when you needed her. You could talk to her about anything. She's a listening ear. Just a wonderful, beautiful young woman and mother and sister that anyone would be happy to know and call a friend. I know when she told us she was getting, married to Donald, I had to be in maybe 15 at the time. I know they had been dating for a while. Mm-hmm. I knew that she had met Donald through a friend, but when I met him for the first time, he seemed like a great guy and everything was great. But for me personally, I just kind of felt uneasy about it, just because all of a sudden you're going to come up to us and tell us you're getting married. Well, how long? That kind of thing. And she seemed to be excited, so I was excited for her because I was, hoping that this one was a good one, because I didn't like anybody else that she was with anyway. I mean, it just, I wanted her to find the perfect guy for her, to treat her right and to do the things that a man should do. I was like, yay, I got a brother. It's just girls. I can finally understand what it is like to have a brother, basically, in the family. So if she loved him, I loved him, In the beginning, it was great. For Christmas, we'd all go home to LeBeau and at Grandpa's house, and we'd go to midnight mass. Sometimes he would go, and then sometimes he wouldn't. He just seemed to be really welcoming, and we welcomed him. He would talk to us and do things together with us as a family, and anytime we would invite him, he would come out. I thought my sister basically struck gold, as they say. Okay, well, I knew that they had some problems because I had asked her, how's everything going? She said, fine, and I asked her, I know you're going through some marital problems, some issues. Is he cheating on you? Is he an alcoholic? Or is he being abusive? If he's being abusive, or any one of those three, you should leave, because you have to think of yourself and your children, of course. And she said no to all those three. So I just said, if you feel the need to come and talk to us, because at first she was afraid. So I just told her she could come to our parents and they would do whatever they could to help. Do you realize that that day, of course, has changed our family makeup for the rest of our lives? You replay it every day, sometimes, on certain levels. But The day was going fine. I was at work. It was March 27, 2009. My dad, or our dad said, he called me at work and he said, something's wrong with Shalonda. We've got to go to find out what's wrong. The police are there. The ambulance is there. So I was still at work. So he picked me up at work. Just something in his voice said, something's not right. You know, when you get that gut feeling. But I'll just never forget that day because it started to rain. Thunder, lightning, hail coming down on the car. And you just feel like basically the world is ended. And then when we get to the house, all you see is ambulances and police cars and people outside your door. You have yellow tape, yellow caution tape. And you have no idea what's going on. And then the police officers ask you to step outside or onto the curb. And they tell you that she's gone. Donald had asked her to come downstairs, or they had some type of, yet again, an argument. And basically, he took her out just like that. Stabbed her, I think 27 times. That day will forever be marked on my heart and on our family's heart, because it's not just her that was affected. It was the kids, our family in Louisiana. I mean, we have a humongous family. We didn't know how it was gonna go. You know, was he gonna get off, or was he gonna serve the sentence? But when we won, in some ways, I think we won great, but that didn't bring our family member back. That didn't bring my nieces and nephews' mom back. And that sure didn't bring their father back. So we won, but we lost. It's been an uphill battle. Sometimes you have your good days, and then sometimes you just have a real not so good day. But where there is brokenness, there is hope, and there is hope in Jesus. Because I think every day that one day I will see her again. And I can't wait to dance with her again and talk with and see her again. But until that day, I want to be a positive influence toward my nieces and nephew. And I know that that's what she would want. If you have lost a loved one like I have, please get the help that you need. What you've gone through, I don't want you to feel like to be ashamed of it, because there are many people out there like you that have went through it. But please get the help from an organization, from your family member. But please know that you are loved above all things by the one that has created you, and that is God. I think what Hopeful Hearts Ministry is doing is an amazing thing, to see what God will do in the midst of tragedy and brokenness, that He can take something so tragic and to turn it into something so good. And that's what I hope to do, not just by my story, but with Ask, Seek, and Knock. My life mattered, her life mattered. Her voice is so important. And everything that our family went through, it was for something, and I just want to make it something good for them. My name is Tiffany, and I have a voice.